welcome to this week's Meridian News Now. I'm Brandy Yates. Thanks for joining us. A press conference was held earlier this morning at the Central Fire Station regarding the station's current condition. HOMTV's Amanda Chodnicki was at the fire station during the press conference and joins us now to discuss the building's deteriorating conditions. Amanda?
Thanks, Brandy. Fire Chief Fred Cowper and Township Manager Frank Walsh were at the press conference this morning to address the closing of the fire station and keeping up with response time to residents. As of Wednesday, February 12th, the Central Fire Station has ceased operations, and a complete closure of the building is expected to occur by tomorrow, Friday, February 14th. It was the fire department and the township's hope to continue operating the Central Fire Station. However, there have been health-related concerns and safety concerns for firefighters as well as equipment damage concerns. The damage in the building has actually doubled since last week. Township officials do not want the firefighters subjected to falling tiles, water damage, mold, and other deplorable conditions any longer.
Well, again, we're going to keep our residents number one. We're going to look immediately at a makeshift central location. The other thing too, I want everyone to understand that when we had the ice storm, we had more calls than we've ever had at that period, and we were able to take care of all the calls, and we did not use this station because this station was without power.
According to Chief Cowper, the number of staff will remain the same. However, they will be forced to operate out of the two stations for the meantime. Needless to say, this will increase the response times to residents in some neighborhoods for about 3 minutes. Chief Cowper said earlier that eventually they plan to use a makeshift building in the central area of the township until a new facility is built. Thank you, and back to you, Brandy.
Thanks, Amanda. We will follow the story and be sure to find out when the temporary building is made available. On Monday, the Planning Commission voted to approve a pedestrian bicycle bridge over the Red Cedar River on Okemos Road. The Public Works and Engineering Department requested to build the bridge to separate it from traffic in order to provide safe passage for pedestrians. This plan will be slightly different from the one made last year, adding 5 to 10 extra feet to its length.
They had reviews done by a structural engineer, and the structural engineer felt that they needed to create separate piers and abutments for this particular bridge, and that required some adjustments to handle the weight of the bridge and the traffic on the bridge.
The bridge's appearance will be similar to the bridge on Marsh Road that goes over the Canadian National Railroad tracks. Planning commissioners said that they hope to see it as a gateway to downtown Okemos. The Public Works and Engineering Department hopes to begin the project this spring. Last month, the jury found Connor McCowan guilty of second-degree murder for stabbing and killing his sister's boyfriend, Andrew Singler. Singler was a Michigan State University senior at the time of the murder. Throughout the trial, the prosecuting attorney said McCowan went to Singler's apartment looking for a fight after the two were fighting for hours over text messaging. On the other hand, the defense said it was an act of self-defense on McCowan's end. HOMTV's Amanda Chodnicki has been following the trial since the beginning and was at the sentencing on Wednesday, November 6th. She brought us back the details.
There was some nail biting, a few exchanges of words, and a lot of hugs that took place as both the McCowan and Singler families and their friends waited to hear how long Connor McCowan would be sentenced for. Before the sentencing, Judge Kennedy allowed 3 of Singler's older siblings to address the court, which included his brothers Ryan and Matthew, as well as his sister Erin. All shed light on the pain McCowan caused their family and how he deserved to be punished.
The scars that will live with my family, and what I'll have to explain to my sons of who their uncle was, is all I have left. This man, Connor McCowan, has provided any opportunity to leave prison at any time to really harm our society.
But you killed my 6-year-old's favorite uncle. You killed a little girl's crush. You killed her Uncle Andy. You killed part of her heart. Because she asked me every damn day why the bad guy had to put Uncle Andy in heaven.
McCowan's mother, Judy, also received the opportunity to speak out before the sentencing and address the fact that some say Connor didn't show emotion at the proper times.
Connor has a lot of his mother in him, so I understand this. And anyone who knows me can also attest to this. When something horrible or shocking happens in my life, I retreat.
Following that, McCowan apologized to the Singlers as well as his own family for what he called a tragedy.
It was such a positive influence in my life. And every day I wish I could trade places.
Once everyone was heard, Judge Kennedy announced the sentencing.
240 to 720 months at the Michigan Department of Corrections.
This means McCowan will be sentenced to 20 to 60 years. In Lansing, Amanda Chudnicki, HOMTV.
McCowan is entitled to review and appeal his sentence in the court if he wishes to do so. We also have full text of Judy McCowan's speech from the sentencing on our website at HOMTV.net. Township residents came out to vote last Tuesday in regards to the Okemos Public Schools tax bond proposal for technology enhancements. Meridian Township hosted the election at 11 different precinct locations, one of them being at the Meridian Township Municipal Building. Residents were allowed to come vote between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m.
I think education is really important, and technology is moving so rapidly that it's very difficult right now to stay ahead if we're not continuing to purchase new things and make improvements to our school. So I think it is important because I'm not sure how they'd keep up if they didn't.
Some residents also voted on the Williamston Community Schools Sinking Fund proposal. According to the Ingham County unofficial results, voters in the township voted 2,670 to 1,050 in favor of the Okemos Public Schools tax bond proposal. Voters also voted yes to the Williamston Community Schools proposal with a 1,328 to 997 vote. To keep up with the latest numbers, visit cl.ingham.org. Meridian Township offices will be closed on Monday, November 11th to observe Veterans Day. Normal business hours will resume on Tuesday, November 12th. A Veterans Day parade will be held on Monday, November 11th, beginning at 3 p.m. at Reiner Park in Mason. All veterans are encouraged to participate. Rides will be provided for those not wishing to walk. The Arty Party Studio, located in downtown Okemos, is offering holiday creation classes through Meridian Township's Parks and Recreation Department for youth and adults. The first event is on November 8th, where residents can join local artist Vivian Dwyer to create an amazing holiday keepsake ornament. Holiday decoration Lollapalooza will take place on December 4th. To register for a class, contact Meridian Township's Parks and Recreation Department at 517-853-4600. When we come back, a popular Broadway show makes its way back to East Lansing. You're watching Meridian News Now on HOMTV. Welcome back. Okemos High School students cooked up a fun way to raise money for a local shelter. Okemos High School held their 15th annual Touch of Class charity luncheon to raise money for Crossroads Youth Shelter in East Lansing. Every year they usually raise about $3,000 for teens in need of shelter, clothes, food, and even toothbrushes. The event is organized by 2 seniors and 2 juniors of the executive committee who start planning the year before. Underclassmen buy a ticket and are served by the seniors during their lunch period.
It's for such a good cause that it's like worth all the work because you know that it's going to a good place, and the kids at the Crossroads Teen Shelter need the money so bad, so like you can't even complain.
Everything used for the event was donated, including the chairs, tables, food, and decorations, so all the money raised can go towards the shelter. The underclassmen were escorted to their table and entertained with massages, singing, and instrumental music. If you're interested in donating to the Crossroads Youth Shelter, contact Gateway Community Services at 517-351-4000. Last week, HOMTV's Lou DeVizio brought us an opening look at bullying in the world of high school sports. This week, we'll take a look at a form of bullying that is often overlooked.
For high school sports in Michigan, the MHSAA is the governing body, but when it comes to bullying, the association has little authority. Even though the MHSAA can enforce rules on bullying, they've done their best to increase awareness across the state of Michigan.
Awareness is always great with a subject like this because it's a subject that disgusts anybody.
The MHSAA's media and content coordinator, Jeff Kimmerly, explains that bullying is often thought of as an individual or group of individuals harassing another, but that is not the only way a person or player can be bullied.
There are different forms of bullying. Obviously, there are people that can bully within their own team. I would even say that crowds, can bully opposing players and things like that. And that's the one area at the MHSAA that we can do something about. We do something, we're doing it, we just announced it yesterday. We're in our 3rd year of doing our Battle of the Fans contest, which is promoting positive, sportsmanlike student cheering sections. And we award the top cheering section in the state.
With events like these, Kimberly and the MHSAA hope that sportsmanship and positivity can be spread to teams and the players themselves.
Well, that's one way we can promote, at least from a crowd bullying standpoint, that's not really cool. By the same token, within teams and things like that, I think the more that people find out that these issues have been out there and things like this have gone on, the more awareness there is that there are certain ways to treat your teammates and just to be, to people, and hopefully that improves that situation.
For HOMTV, this is Lou DeVizio.
Tune in next time for the last installment of our Bullying in Sports series. And that wraps it up this week from Meridian News Now. Remember, we're always online. Like us on Facebook to stay up to date with Township News. We're on Twitter as well. Follow us there, and of course, HOMTV.net. I'm Brandy Yates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.